Greetings escapers! Today I will go over the basics of Escape from Tarkov. What is this game background setting, what Tarkov is all about, and I will try to explain some game concepts so you will get overall idea and the feel for the game. Escape from Tarkov is semi-realistic first-person tactical shooter with RPG elements and multiplayer features. You can play either in a squad of up to 5 people or you can go solo. The main goal of the game is to escape from Tarkov, the largest city in the fictional Norwing Special Economic Zone located in Russia. You will be able to improve your character skills, mod your guns, manage your stash and soon upgrade your hideout. You will also go into the raids to loot, do quests and shoot other people, and then try to extract from the map alive. You are private military contractor or PMC in short that got stuck in the city after the initial stage of the conflict between Terra Group International Corporation and the Russian government. You pick your side as USEC, hired by Terra Group, or as a bear that is supposed to act on behalf of the secret orders of Norvinsk region authorities. Whole region was cut off from outside world. Borders are sealed by United Nations. Locals that stayed in the city, seeing whole conflict as an opportunity to get a small fortune, grouped into ruthless gangs and scavenge the city. They are known as scavs. The main gameplay loop is gearing up your PMC and going into the raid on the chosen map and daytime. You will spawn on a random location on the map and you will be able to do quests you received from merchants, look for gear scattered in the points of interest or search for rare items in lootable containers or on their spawn points. Most importantly, you will be able to fight other people. Here's the kicker: if you die, you will lose all your gear on you. On the other hand, if you kill someone, you can pick their gear. If you extract by going to the specific exfil area on the map, you will keep all the items you collected. Looks very hardcore, but there are some mechanics in game to help you soften this cutthroat approach. Firstly, you can insure your gear. If you die in raid and your gear was not picked up and extracted with, you will get it back after some time. AMO being an exception to this rule. Secondly, here is where scavs comes into play. Most of them are AI-controlled enemies that will just roam the map. However, you can also go into the raid as a player scav. You always go with random gear in that case, and other than that, it's almost the same as going as PMC. Differences are, you will start at a random raid timer, you will not be able to do quests and improve your main character skills. You will also not have your secure container, but if you extract, you can transfer all the gear you found to your main character stash. Right now, we have only side quests in the game. They carry some story elements in them, introduce you to some characters, their goals and motives, but they are not as deep as the main story will be. So be warned if you look for rich story. Nevertheless, quests we have right now are the main driving force for many people. They function as a lore element and also as a progression mechanic, and they do a decent job at it. Movement in Tarkov is mostly what you would expect from any FPS game. WASD movement, leaning and jumping. EFT gives you additional control over your character, so if you lean, you can control the lean rate and distance. Same for crouching. You can even control the walking movement speed. From other moves, sidestep is useful for some fast picks, and if you want to blind fire, you can use overhead or right side shooting. Movement and some combat systems use stamina, so when aiming down sights, running, jumping or using melee weapon, you will slowly drain it. Shooting is based around real-life physics, so there is no hit scan. Bullets have their own speeds and travel times. Some animations can lock you into them, so you can't that easily run and gun. Most of the time, slow-paced tactical approach is the way to go. Your character health is divided into individual body parts, each having its own hit points. If enough damage is dealt to the body part, that part becomes blocked and it can't be healed anymore in the raid. And you will suffer some drawbacks, or in the case of thorax or head, you die instantly. For instance, blacked arm will make your arm shaking, making it harder for you to aim. Blacked leg will not let you run. Your character can also be affected by many different status effects. Your limbs may get broken, you can get dehydrated, be in pain shock, etc. To mitigate all of this, you have at your disposal many drugs, from medkits to painkillers and stimulants. Your character can equip plethora of items to help you fight other players. There are different slots on your character loadout screen that can be used for different gear and items. Earpiece slot is used to equip headphone systems that filter and boost sound around you. Headwear is for equipping helmets. Head hitbox is split into some specific areas like ears or jaw, so different helmets can give you different levels of protection. Some helmets can mount bulletproof visors or even night vision systems. Face cover slot is mostly for cosmetics. Eyewear slot is for glasses, they decrease light noise. Armband can be used to mark yourself or your teammates. Body armor slot is for chest protection. As with helmets, there are some areas that each armor can protect, from stomach to chest and arms. Armor is split into levels of protection, from level 1 to level 6 following Russia Ghost standard. For example, 9mm ammo can have very hard time penetrating high level armor. To combat this, there is armor piercing ammo in the game. Then you have 2 slots for your main weapons, holster slot for handgun and also scabbard slot for your melee weapon. Tactical rig slot is used for chest rigs and vests that hold your magazines. Pocket slot is a static 4 single slot space you always have available. It can hold some small items. Backpack is useful for storing all that juicy gear you find in raids. Pouch slot is for your secure container. It's a special container that can hold some items. Those items are always safe, you will never lose them when you die. On the right side of your character loadout screen you can see your stash. It's a space where you store all your gear and items. It's a classic Tetris style storage screen like in Path of Exile or Diablo. Fun begins when you start buying containers to store specific type of items like weapon case, item case, medical case, etc. Right now stash space is tied to the edition of the game you bought, but in the future there will be option to increase your stash size in game. The list of items in game is quite long to be fair, so I will just go with some highlights. The most important aspect for me are guns, and boy, you can do a lot with guns in Escape from Tarkov. Modding is very detailed and it's on a whole another level compared to other games. You can mod guns with optics, reflex sights, grips, foregrips, change barrels, stocks, handguards and so on. Anything a good gun porn should have. If you enjoy stuff like this, you will be at home. There are also some minor items you can loot that can be used for other activities. You can use them for barter, some are required for quests and in the future they will be needed to upgrade your hideout. Those are items like matchboxes, golden chains, PC parts, cleaners, provisions and so on. When you kill an enemy PMC, you can also loot his dog tag and take it as a trophy. The last special type of items are keys. It's a very unique feature that, at least for me, give me more immersion in this game. Some rooms are locked and you have to find the right key to enter and loot what is inside. This also means that player scavs can't loot those places. As you could expect with a lot of items, we also have trading. There are merchants in game that sell you basic stuff and you can also sell items to them. They also give you quests. Each vendor have its own loyalty level you can increase. When you do, they will offer you better gear. There is also flea market where you can trade with other players, either for cash or as barter. Last topic is about your character progression. While there are character levels, their only use is just for unlocking higher loyalty levels of merchants and acquiring better gear. The other way of character progression are your skills. They all are passive skills that increase your capabilities in certain tasks or when using certain weapons. When you reach max level of the skill, currently it's level 51, you also unlock an elite bonus for that skill. You have skills that increase your searching speed, reduce recoil of weapons, let you hear more or be more sneaky. On top of that, there is also weapon mastery. There are 3 levels of mastery and the max level gives you some new reloading animations and you can also reload weapon when aiming down sights. Increasing skills and mastery is fluid. The more you use gun or a skill, the faster it will level. That sums up my introduction to the Escape from Tarkov. I hope it was helpful for you guys. Thanks for watching and see you on raids.